Hello, everybody. It is me again. I know this is super last minute, but I just wanted to jump on here and do a super quick live just to let you guys know that I am currently running a $99 30-minute coaching session. It is the last day for the promotion. It's the last day. So if you have not had the opportunity yet to book that, I highly recommend you book it because today's the last day for it. So if you guys don't have the link, I'm going to put the link right here in the comment section for you guys so that you guys can head over and book that. Give me one second. I'm going to put in a couple times actually, just in case anybody misses it. But this live will also be posted on our Facebook, on YouTube, on all of that. So again, today is the last day to get your $99 30-minute session with me. Um, if you've been looking for a coaching session, if you feel like you've been struggling with budget, finances, whatever the case may be, this would be the perfect opportunity for you to do that. Let's see, Aya, you are welcome. John, hello. How's it going? Let me know if you guys see the link below that I put in the comments section for you guys, because it shows that it's up on my side, but I just want to make sure that you guys can see it on your end and that you guys can use it. Do, do, do. Perfect. Okay, it is there. So again, today's the last day. I highly recommend that if you've been wanting to book a coaching session and you just haven't had the opportunity to, obviously, I know with COVID and people coming out of COVID in certain situations with jobs and all of that, it can be pretty difficult. So I would highly recommend um, going and booking that $99 session. This is actually a very quick live, so I won't be giving too much advice, but I can answer a couple of questions for you guys if you guys want to go ahead and ask them. So by all means, drop your comments in, and I can answer a couple of them before I jump off. I believe Marlene was asking, are you giving any advice on this live? Yes, I am. I know that you had the same question. Nandini, hi, good to see you on here. Again, guys, I know this was super last minute. Usually there's some kind of announcement of a live going on, but I just wanted to take the time to do it. Obviously, we're going into Thanksgiving tomorrow. Today's pre-Thanksgiving. So, just in case you guys are inundated, super busy with kind of prepping for the holidays, I wanted to just jump on here for a second and give you guys that option. Let's see. Does no contact work if an ex just wants to be friends? So it really kind of depends on the situation. Usually people have a negative connotation when it comes to the friend zone. You think that that means that you will forever be stuck in the friend zone, which I completely understand, right? But it depends on your relationship, right? How long you were in a relationship for, the severity of the breakup, how much time you guys actually were able to build memories and build a life and all of those types of things, because it's actually pretty difficult to transition into a friendship when you have a lot of history with one another. So even though your ex may be saying to you, hey, I just want to be friends, that does not necessarily mean that they don't have underlying feelings that they just haven't really dealt with, that they haven't really called out. Um, and sometimes, depending on the dynamic, if you are wanting to show that person that there is a real potential for them losing you, right? So let's say, for example, they broke up with you, you are wanting to be in a relationship with them, they're just wanting to transition into a friend zone. As long as you remain in that dynamic, right? It's almost like they're able to keep you at arm's length. It's like they have their cake and they're eating it too. And if that's not what you want, if you're not satisfied in that situation, it's really about taking a step back and reflecting and saying, am I okay with the situation? Am I okay just being friends? And if you are not, then yes, I would highly recommend going into a no contact period, because number one, it gives you the opportunity to really focus on yourself, right? To really become a little bit introspective, to gauge how much of your identity maybe you lost in that relationship, or the things that you've been wanting to work on that you haven't had the ability to, and really reflect on why the relationship ended in the first place. And having all of that information actually helps you to get your ex back down the line. It's just right now, if you're trying to do it and it's coming from a place of fear and anxiety and insecurity, it's going to be really difficult to navigate that and to manage that. So that's why I do recommend no contact for periods like that. I hope that answers your question, Barlene. Aya, you said my ex told me let's be friends, but in the same time, he told me that he's still attracted to me sexually. Yeah. So this is kind of a similar situation, but this is more transitioning into like a friends with benefits type deal. Um, for me, the biggest thing is you have to evaluate what you are okay with, right? So your needs, your expectations. If you are going into this with the mentality that being sexual with your ex is going to get them to come back, you're not really approaching it from the right mindset. Um, what I say to people in these circumstances, if you're okay, hooking up with your ex and not expecting you to get back together, fine, go for it. Because that tells me that you are emotionally disconnected enough from the situation that you're using it or you're utilizing that time and it's benefiting you in some way, right? You're getting sexual satisfaction or whatever the case may be. But if you are hoping to get back with your ex through the utilization of being sexual with them, it's probably not going to work. So if your ex is telling you, hey, I just want to be friends, but I want to be sexual with you have to take a step back and figure out whether you're okay with that or not. And my assumption would be if you have recently broken up with your ex, there's still a lot of emotion that's tied to that. There's still a lot of charge when it comes to how you feel for your partner and it will probably make things a lot more confusing for you. So I would not necessarily recommend it. Let's see. I hope that answered your question. Donna, what about someone who always texts instead of calling on the phone? Texting is a tricky one. It really just kind of depends on the person and what they are comfortable with. So if the entirety of your relationship, a majority of the communication when you guys were not together was via text, then that's not something that is out of the ordinary. But if you guys were always talking on the phone, if you guys always talked, one on one, and they're starting to only text you, texting is a way of it's a boundary, really is what it is, right? So it also allows for a level of control. So say for example, you were in person speaking with your ex and they say something and you don't like it, your reaction is going to be immediate because you're having real one-on-one time. But if you're texting somebody, it gives you the ability to take a step back and really control what you want to say, what you want to respond to. So when your ex only starts texting, it's a form of control. It's a form of them being in control of the situation. So for me, what I always say in these types of circumstances is you can inquire whether they're willing to jump into an audio call. And if they tell you, no, I'm not comfortable with that, or no, I'm busy, or no, I'm this, and there's always an excuse for it, then you take control of the situation because just as texting is working for them, texting can work for you too. You don't have to answer, you don't have to respond to them and you can show them that you know what, I'm not going to waste my time on this. I'm living my life, I'm doing my own thing, and when I have time I will text you back. So you actually flip the script and take control of the situation instead of feeling like you don't have control of the situation. Donna, I hope that answered your question. Let's see. So Akash, I have been in no contact for 25 days and tomorrow is her birthday. Okay, so this one again is a little bit of a tricky one. So the purpose of a no contact period is for you to take time to take a step back and reevaluate, right? To prioritize your needs, to try to really become introspective and figure out, again, like I said, what happened in the relationship, why it ended, what issues you guys had that you were not able to resolve. Now, for most people, 25 days is not necessarily enough, right? It sometimes takes longer. It can be 30 days, 45 days, 60 days. It's whatever you are most comfortable with. And as you go along the no contact period, a lot of people actually end up finding that they need more time. Now, here's the thing, if your goal is to get back with your ex, and it just so happens that there is an opportunity to reach out to them that isn't random and out of the blue. So, for example, a birthday, a holiday, anything like that, you want to try to take that opportunity. But what I will say is, if you feel like you are emotionally ready to do that, then go for it. Just text her a happy birthday, right? It doesn't have to be anything long and drawn out and I miss you and I wish I was with you. You want to avoid all of those types of things, but at least you are opening the door to communication. Now, keep in mind, this also depends on your circumstance and the situation. If you had a very severe breakup and you were very aggressive towards the end, right? You weren't respecting boundaries. They were asking you not to contact them and you weren't listening to them and you were showing up to their job and all of those types of things. Then I probably would not recommend texting them on their birthday because it's still too soon. 25 days is not that long. And you want to make sure that you are texting them after a sufficient period of time so that that text is actually viewed positively instead of negatively. So evaluate your situation, evaluate the severity of the breakup. If they asked you not to text them and not to do reach out to them, respect those boundaries. If that was not established after the breakup and you feel like you are emotionally ready to reach out and see where things go, by all means, wish her a happy birthday. Let me take a look. I'm trying to, sorry guys, I'm just going through all the comments just to see which ones I have here. So, okay. Why does my ex who broke it off always ask me if I'm seeing anyone new? Is it a guilt thing because he's talking to someone else or just curiosity on checking where I am in life? Okay, so this one is, and I've actually filmed a video about this before. A lot of the times there is still love there, there's still attraction there. And is it possible that it may be guilt for making the decision to walk away from the relationship? Possibly. But it's also possible that there is still attraction there. And when there's attraction there, there's going to be a curiosity about what you are doing in your life. Now, it depends. Was your partner super flirtatious in the relationship and you had problems with that? And now they're asking you if you're dating somebody, and that just might be, their jealousy and their controlling behavior. I don't know this individual, but from what I've learned and what I've observed over the years, individuals that reach out to you and are asking you about your life are specifically asking you about your dating life if they are your ex, because there's probably still an interest there. However, they're not willing to jump back into the relationship right away because there is ego at play here, right? They made a decision, they walked away, and they're trying to stick to their guns, but that doesn't mean that there still isn't an interest. All right. All right, guys. Well, that is all the time that I actually have right now. Thank you guys for all of your questions. This was actually pretty fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to do another live where I just have a question and answer, and I just sit here and answer all your questions. So be on the lookout for that. I will make sure that I post that on the YouTube channel and the Facebook channel so you guys know when that is coming. So you can come with your questions prepared and I can try to answer as many of them as possible. But again, guys, just remember, today is the last day for the $99 coaching session. So if there isn't an answer that you received on this live, I highly recommend clicking on the link that I just sent in the chat box and book a session because the promo ends today. So you got until, I want to say midnight tonight, Eastern Standard Time. I'm not 100% sure, but just keep that in mind. All right. It was so good to talk to you guys. I look forward to speaking to you guys the next time. Hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.